many idea, different markets, different perspective.
It's really smart choice because the market is really dynamic.
It's like different world.
It's very dynamic region. That's what really I like.
I mean, that's great. That's great opportunity. So today we have the stream and we're going to speak about our boss companies, EvenBet and MGL, and we're going to discuss regarding iGaming, regarding overall regulations, and I would say poker. Yes, thank you everyone who joined us. If you join us from some interesting countries, let us know where you're from. Yeah, would be happy to know where you're from, guys. So, Ivan, tell me about yourself. Let's introduce the audience to you to audience.
Sure. Thanks for everyone who joined, of course. So, in nutshell, about EvenBet Gaming, this company has huge and long history. The company has started itself in early 2000s as an outsource company, and then slowly developed its own poker software. So poker software was always the core of our business. And year on year, we got more and more clients across all the globe. That's how we actually got, I would say, perfect coverage of our partners across all the markets, starting from Latin America and to the most far regions in Asia as well. So the company creates skill games. Mostly it's poker, but we also develop quite some games for Asian markets. So it's not just poker, it's card skill games. Apart from that, we also have different products. We have casino solutions as well, providing turnkey casinos and solutions for aggregation systems. So we provide API. The name of this brand is FlexPlay. So the company now is quite big. It's over 200 people works in this company. And yeah, we have a really good lineup of products.
That's
How about you?
Great. I mean, I'm first of all regarding EvenBet, I'm pretty well aware of this company for a very long time. You have 20 years of experience, right?
Yes, more than 20 experience actually.
Yeah, more than 20. Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah, regarding us, we're MGL, we're working with licensing. We don't have 200 employees, but we have around like 15, 20 full-time employees and around like 30 different people helping us out, like on outsourced kind of way. So like designers, like website developers, and so on and so on. And what we do, we assist clients with the licensing, of course, full package, full assistance, starting from the company incorporations and maintains documents preparations, including business plan, forms. We even assist with custom policies if you need, and so on and so on. A lot of different services inside. Regarding myself, I'm from the industry for the past 5 years working with licensing, helping to get different licenses like Njuanta, Big, Curacao, Kanawaki, Navy's license, new license Liberia, by the way. But these are one of the licenses we help. We of course help with local licenses like Ontario, Peru, Uzbekistan. Very interesting one. Planning UAE is a little bit complicated, but also considering UAE, United Arab Emirates. And regarding yourself, Ivan, so you're in what position and what do you do? Can you also briefly tell about your kind of duties, your responsibilities?
Sure. So I'm head of sales department in Asia. So I'm in charge of sales in Asian region. It's a very dynamic region. That's what really I like. It has so many cultures there and different regulations, which is niceties and also challenges that we face right now. And in that region, it's also a huge potential from very first thing that this region contains the most of the world's population. So it's really dynamic, interesting, and the iGaming right now it's rapidly developing in terms of licenses. You may also tell something about the licenses or some maybe important information you face working with Asian market as well, I guess. And from my side, I can say that regarding our core products like platform and poker games, it's very interesting to work with Asian market.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I have so plenty information to share regarding Asia. A few curious, you mentioned that you feel some kind of difficulties happening in Asian market. I'm not sure if I can ask this question, but I'm super curious if you can share some difficulties, because Asian market, yes, it's 100% unique and a lot of money there. You understand what I mean?
Yes, of course. I would mention our latest challenge is Philippines market. So it really became interesting and sometimes difficult to comply with the regulations and its changes in recently. So it also come down to the changes that are made by PACOR, its main regulator, and we are present there as the game provider, as a supplier of skill games poker. So we fell on the category of poker games and bingo. So yes, that was really interesting process to be fully compliant with this market. Fortunately, we managed to do that. So we made it, and now we are live with a couple of operators in Philippines finally.
Congratulations.
However, Parker still promises some changes by the end of the year, and there will be even more other ones in 2026. So, on one hand, I always can say that regulations is really good, but it's at the same time it's also challenging because sometimes it just cuts the work of some operators.
I
What you
agree.
can tell about this market? Maybe you have some interesting information about Philippines.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Philippines. What I know, there is new license going on there. It's not for iGaming operation. Okay, how to say it? Like, not the one who will work closely with players, but it's the license not for gaming operations, but it's license for supporting gaming operations. It means that you can get license for activities like support desk, help desk, for marketing team, for I don't know, IT team, for example, and you can hire people there, working there, fully legal, licensed, and yeah, you will need to pay some money to government, like taxes, but overall, you can have team legally working there with license. I mean, that's great. That's great opportunity. The same thing Timor-Leste planned to do. Right now, I think they stopped, as far as I know, but it's interesting development. And regarding your challenges, yeah, pretty well aware. Local licenses are super tough. And how many local licenses do you have? I'm out of curiosity.
So, from the perspective of game provider, poker game provider, we actually more into getting certifications. This is very important to us, not limited to Philippines or any other market, just across all of the regulations. We need to have certifications of our RNG system. So once we are reduced, once our RNG is certified, we actually can provide our software to the most of the regulated operators in the market. For instance, with Philippines, that was about getting certification, and local operators there, they're actually in charge of getting the license for the vertical that they want to use for their website. For instance, for the poker, operators in Philippines need to obtain license for poker live games, regular poker games, and bingo, and then they're able to operate. The same works for the slots and live casino. They need to have license on their own, while game provider needs to actually obtain the certification for their games.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I got what you mean. I think you have the same. I checked your website just recently, and I saw you have Colombian license or certification.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something unique. I just recently had request and was like curious how it works there, because they have B2C license, but and they have B2B certifications, not license. So I was like, okay. And so yeah, you have different certifications, I believe, like GLI, BMM, IT
Yep.
Club, something like this. All right. Nice. And you have what kind of licenses? I believe I saw Malta. I think most of the big providers, B2B provider, has Malta.
Yes, so we actually have MGA B2B license as a game supplier. And we also have because we have the other brand for the casino platform, which was FlexPlay. We also have Android license right now. We used to
Okay.
have actually Curacao license. We now have Android license.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask why it happened.
Well, changes.
Changes, exactly. We don't stay on one place. Um, all right, let's speak about, if you're okay, I would be happy to know about your experience with Asia, because Asia market is for most of Europeans, most of Latin Americans, most of Americans, even for Africans, for everyone. It's kind of what do you know about Asian? Maybe some tips, some tricks, some things, maybe how they communicate even. I mean, would be happy to know something interesting regarding Asian markets.
Yeah, so I love to say that Asia is never taken as a single market. It's really big and it's fragmented into different, as you say, cultures and essentially markets. So so many. What we see recently, what I see recently in the past 2 years, that Asian market has grown a lot, and on one hand, because so many, let's call foreign operators or companies who are based in Europe or has headquarters in Malta, anywhere else, they're actually started to try and explore the market of Asia because they see huge potential in revenue generating, and just because of that, they want to enter this for sure. However, because before entering those markets, uh, what I see that companies, they, of course, in the first instance, how that was, for example, 2 years ago, so many monetization and so many gamification tools were applied for the players in the same way as that was done for players in Europe or some other markets. So that was the first challenge. That actually operators understood that Asian market cannot be entered with the same uh, tools, with the same features of casino, with the same bonus campaigns as that work back to Europe or any other market. So, starting from what games are really loved by players in Asia to actually what localization should be done for the market, there's a lot of things to be taken into account before entering Asian market. It doesn't just limit it to certain game types and SEO optimization of casino.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Complicated market. Asia. I had some clients from Asia. It always so different experience, because once you get Asian working with you, Asian client, Asian site, I would say, they always stick with you. They wanna work with you all the time. They bring you clients. I have very good big client from Asia, and they just like a few days ago came to me, told we have like 7, 8 clients who want to get the license, and we want to be your ambassador, and they're like, let's do this, and it was like, sure. And I was like, so I mean, how it happens with Asians is different than with European ones, for example, with other clients. So it's interesting experience.
Mhm.
Okay, regarding EvenBet, regarding your another brand, FlexPlay, it's called
Yep, that's correct.
FlexPlay.
FlexPlay.
So tell me, I understand that EvenBet going working, providing the poker solution, quite popular. I believe maybe not everyone, but who related to poker, they definitely know your brand. So I want to understand how the process of integration works for you. For example, someone comes to you, he wants to integrate. So how long it takes overall? What is the process?
Yeah, so the whole, so at EvenBet, actually our service is not limited to just providing the software, but of course it starts in the most of the cases with integration. So from that point, we ensure that integration documentation is well understood by our partners, no matter from where they are. Because yes, of course, it's written in English, but we do really provide a lot of assistance to help our partners to understand how our API works, and all the things they see are different because we are a poker game provider, so it's not the same as regular one more integration of slot games. So we do really provide a lot of guidance to our partners, and of course, sometimes partners don't speak English well, so we have to involve other colleagues from our company who actually speaks different languages. So we
Nice.
care from this point a lot. And again, as you previously asked about how Asia is different from other markets, I can add here as well that we have setting up poker room is not easy. Setting up poker room, it should be well optimized to specific market. So it's not just set up a few tables in Texas Hold'em. It's also to understand what kind of games the market needs, and what kind of stakes the players play, etc. So we do full service and set up poker room, help to our partners to set up poker room from ground up, right from understanding the market, the language localization, the market, the game types that are well known in the market, and as well as help partners with understanding what is the traffic, what is the correct traffic should be acquired for this kind of games.
Okay, so you help with traffic too?
Yes, of course, we help with traffic analytics.
Okay, sounds interesting. And so, what, for example, you integrate to some Asian client who targeting, for example, Japanese-speaking people, or I don't know, like English-speaking people in Asia. How do you measure success? Like within 1 to 6 months, a year? Do you have some kind of measurements for this?
For the success?
Yeah, I would say some KPIs to track to measure success specifically.
Yes, of course. So, yeah, in the first instance, I think the operators should be sure about the quality of traffic they acquire. I think this is the very first concern should be solved on there. Because if there is bots, if there is bad quality of traffic, if by so many metrics like AI, RPU, and they can measure actually are they getting bad traffic or good traffic. And of course the type of traffic also does makes the difference, because integrating, like you say, with some operator, we need to understand that if this slot oriented casino, in first instance, they of course have 98% of traffic specifically acquired from casino SEO websites or something like that. Depends on the traffic, but this traffic is oriented to casino, what I'm saying. And we need to understand that poker room should look interesting, at least to the players who firstly came to play slots. Secondly, they also acquire betting traffic. So betting traffic traditionally is more friendly and has more knowledge how to play poker. So by that, because we work with different types of traffic, we actually need to understand how to bring players from playing slots, from playing poker, to actually from playing making betting lots of sports, to actually play poker. So bonuses, gamification, as well as game types. For instance, our latest product, Spins Poker, we try to be really friendly to players who mostly play slots or bet on sports.
Spin poker, what is it?
Yeah, so this is our latest product we have released during Sigma in Rome. This is a new product. It's actually was in our poker room and poker software before, but now it's independent product which target more casino and betting players, because it's taken just easier. It's still poker games, but players see bigger jackpots, they see multiply. A lot of things in the UI are just easier and promises bigger winnings. So that's how we expect and actually already getting better feedbacks from the players, from the operators, that this product really easier to operate than, for example, for someone's classical poker room.
Interesting. I mean, I didn't know that you have such thing. What is it? I'm still curious. What is it? What is spin poker? Is it kind of slot/poker, or is it like complete poker but with some gamification features? What is it?
Yes, it's basically poker games with big jackpot and multiply and with a pool of money. So basically, it's still a card game, but when players come there, they actually see that they can win more, and that basically what pops up in their minds when they first see this spins poker. Because when they come play regular Texas Hold'em cash games, they see basically they understand what is a buy-in, what is the limits of the table, and they more or less understand the scale of potential of winnings they can actually get. With spins poker, it's just times more. They can understand they join the table and they can potentially win up to $10,000 or $100,000. So multiply is a key there, and it actually helps to keep the players.
Interesting. Do you play poker yourself or any gambling, casino, slots, live dealers?
Well, actually, I haven't played poker before I joined iGaming, but visiting conferences and visiting cities where offline casinos are available actually now I'm interested. And I visited some land-based casinos and played offline poker tables just to more understand the nature of course, poker games, but also slots. I think it's really interesting perspective to understand how industry works from land-based perspective and compare that to the online. How about you?
I played a few times, and not poker. Maybe poker, but it was like not money game. It was some game like 10 years ago on the phone when you just interested. Yeah, and actually in dormitory a long time ago when I was student, I also played some poker on money, of course, yes, but I never. Never played in real land-based casino poker, but slots, yes. Almost never wins. Because I mean I played just a few times. Like for the whole my life, I went to land-based casino maybe twice, just because I'm not the gambler and I understand if I start gambling, most likely I'm not gonna stop. It's not good, so that's why I'm not even starting. I don't have this addiction. But these two times I played specifically in land-based casino. One time I won 100 euros. It's nothing more, but I'm like, okay, it's enough for me. I got experience. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go winner of 100 euros, then lost like I don't know bigger money. So anyway, and yeah, I went to another casino and maybe spent some more money, like 500,000. Nothing big, but just like try and see how it works. So yeah, that's the situation. And what about you? Did you play like? I mean, you're in winning side or you're mostly losing side? I mean, in terms of money.
Okay, so I do really appreciate bonus money in the casino. That's for sure. Because once I was in the Okada casino in the Philippines, in the land-based casino, and they offered, I think, well, some decent amount of money. I'm not sure what was the amount, but somewhere under $50, and that was really interesting to be lucky. Just registered lucky player, who just came there and got bonus money, and just I was really guided through all the casino, and the employees of the casino, they show where slots located, where better to game, and the whole experience was just great. And it actually helps to understand how it is important to care about the players, not just in the land base but also in the online. And regarding the money, I think I withdraw before I'm actually in the minus. So I think I'm somewhere. I think I'm in small plus or something.
Yeah, everybody think like this. Anyway, uh, I'm very curious regarding winnings and lootings because not regarding playing, but regarding casinos. So you are basically focusing on Asian market, and for my statistics, what I have from perspective of my previous experience is that most of the casinos, not most, but like if we're speaking about white label, 5 or 7 white labels, they usually don't survive first year. If we're speaking about turnkey, it depends, but usually like 5, maybe 4, 5 casinos don't survive first year. Again, regarding your experience, what is the situation? If you're speaking like how many casinos overall survive first year out of 10, and how many casinos survive in Asia, especially if they coming from Europe also. I mean, overall, some statistics. Super curious about it.
Okay, I think here is the interesting difference is seen by me is actually between new projects who start from ground up, for instance, purchasing the source code or building the software on their own, comparing to white label or turnkey solutions. From what I see now, there is some trend that new companies, they actually, new startups, let's say, uh, they purchase the source code or to build their own new brand operating, for instance, let's take in Asia as well. Or they get a team of developers or they outsource and still they build the software from ground up. So there is definitely the trend, and basically the arguments about that is that they really can trust in the software, they control all the system, and they can make all integrations on their own, and they can fully control the bonus systems, CRM, etc. And these are really good arguments. While the other companies, they really start purchasing, finding the right partner. For example, like at EvenBet in our product and brand FlexPlay, they purchase the turnkey solution, and they start really sooner than anyone else. And both solutions, both ways, they have cons and pros. So from my perspective, in the Asian region, the market is really dynamic. And I see that taking the new business with the purchasing new turnkey casino, and for instance, getting the local license from the right partner, for example, like you do, you offer licensing services,
Thank you.
and getting someone's software from us, for instance, for the starting new. And some companies, they're trying to focus on different markets, and different markets basically means that players want different game types, players need different banking, and they also need different bonus campaigns because they're basically because their preferences are different. For
That's
example, if we compare Japanese audience and we compare it to, for example, audience of Indian speaking players, they play completely different games. And when companies, they target different markets, they actually need to optimize their single solution to different markets, and it takes time, but the trends can be changed really rapidly. Like sometimes trends and the games, for instance, like Chicken Road, it can be thing for half a year but then disappear.
I
What do
completely
you
agree
think?
with you. I completely agree. Because this is the thing very important. Not everybody understand, but people from the industry, they understand. Because when I hear somebody comes to me and saying, "Hey, like I want, I want to launch casino," I'm asking what target markets, whole world or English speaking. I'm like, okay, and I'm asking what is your marketing strategy, and in most of the cases, they don't know, they don't understand how it works. you need to start with one, maybe two, maybe three countries. This is going to be the best approach. You put your efforts in one, two, maximum three countries, because it's different support team. Most of the cases, it's different layout of the website. Yeah, maybe like Brazil, for example, Brazil, Asia markets, European markets, there are no the same markets. They all different perspective, all different mentalities. You cannot put everyone under the same basket. Everyone is different. And the same for the team. So team has experience with, for example, Canadian market, but they don't have experience with, what is another example, with, I don't know, Latvian market, Lithuania, or Bulgaria market, doesn't matter. To start with 1 to 3 markets in the beginning, then like with whole world, conquering the whole world. Anyway, that's
Right, I agree.
That's good point. That's good point. All right. Interesting. And if we're speaking about your product, your operations, you applied for licenses yourself. You like obtain different certifications for your software. So, what kind of the most kind of, how to say it? What are kind of the most common requirements if we compare, for example, Asian market and all the rest of the markets? What is difference, if you see the difference? I don't know if you see the difference in terms of requirements, documents, something specific to culture.
Between the rest of the world and Asia, right? Yeah, so definitely there is differences. Do you mean between like B2B partners, how we deal, what are some
I
tips
would
or?
I would say communication is always interested, how you communicate, how you deal, negotiate. That's going to be my next question. But before, interested in terms of documents, in terms of compliance. When you applied, for example, for a core license, was it the same as applying for some, I don't know, Peru license, not Peru, Colombian license or MJ license? What is the difference here? How they, in terms of like overall compliance, if you know? I mean, I know you're mostly working with partnerships, but maybe you know some information.
Yeah, so fortunately, I have noticed that standards are more or less the same, and this is really big help to our legal department and basically to any laboratory, let's say BMM or GLI, because basically, like first we were entering European market, and because of the working with companies like BMM, GLI, they have laboratories across the world. Like the latest certification we got is actually in South Africa.
Oh.
And thanks to the BMM, they have really multiple labs across the world, and getting one more certifications in the different market wasn't actual challenge because we went through the processes and laboratory helps a lot. So on one hand, yes, it's not really a big difference. But because the markets are different and the local regulatory is different, it actually comes down to some different, let's say, surprises that we need to discover and eventually solve.
Can you tell about surprises?
Yeah, so basically that it comes down to the regulations. In some markets, poker is taken as a game of skill, not even gambling. So because it's not gambling, we need to comply differently. But in the most of the markets, poker is in the category of gambling. So we need to somehow work on the all documentation and provide our RNG reports to the regulator and fit all the requirements. But because poker games are not regular slot games, so many as well laboratories and regulators they ask for the things that are just non-existent in the poker software, because it's a peer-to-peer game, and the most of the games are not peer-to-peer. They are against the house, against dealer. So yes, because of that difference, each market for us, sometimes entering each new regulated market for us sometimes happens to be a challenge. But because of the common standards now, even in Asia, we see that regulators, they I wouldn't say copy, but really follow the same standards and processes that already was explored and tested, for instance, in Europe for years.
Yeah, you got MGA. I believe it's everything is super easy after MGA license. That's nice. Okay, interesting. Okay, and regarding communication, like partnerships, establishing trust, what are the main not differences and kind of tips, common things, some patterns, something which stand out from the rest of the markets people regarding Asia. What can you tell about it?
I would first be interested to ask you actually, like,
Okay.
how do you feel? How do you feel in terms of communication dealing with Asians? Maybe some comparison.
I laugh. I mean, I understand that not everyone speak English, and for some people it can be difficult because you need. For when I speak with the person from Asia on the call, and if he understand English, it always taking longer than with almost anyone else because you need to explain in more details. You need to explain every part. You don't need to be like, for example, for. I cannot say that this is the same for everyone, but for some like Turkish markets, Brazilian markets, sometimes people just want to say, hey, I'm going to take care of everything. No worry, just pay, give me money. That's the way how you can sell there. And the way how to sell to agents, you explain every step, every process, full breakdown, every kind of small detail you need to explain to them so they understand, they start trusting you, and then it's going to be easier sell in the beginning. Then after like once you sold, when they need something else, you don't even need to explain them. Sometimes they just come to you, you tell the price, and they just, hey, yeah, okay, let's like shake the hands and have work together. But most of Asians prefer to meet in person. That's important to go to expos, meet them in person, travel sometimes. They maybe travel to you, you can travel to them, you can meet somewhere. But I would say, I mean, 30% of clients from Asia I probably met myself. The rest we want to meet, or it was one of the questions they asked. So it's super important for them because it's trust situation. But again, I'm super happy with every client from Asia, and I hope they succeed in what they're doing. So yeah, that's what I see regarding Asian people. But if we're speaking about Asian markets, because it's different situation. I have clients targeting Asia. They're from Europe, they target Asia. They're from like Latin America, they target Asia. They're from Canada, they target Asia. And the situation with this kind of plan is that they don't have experience with Asia. That's problematic. I'm working with licensing, but I see the trend. I see the trend that people targeting Asia, they are not super successful. They a little bit struggle in the beginning. They just need the right guidance. They need right guidance in terms of payment solutions. You get payment solution from some guy, but then this payment solution disappear. You need trusted solution. Maybe you pay a little bit more, but you must get trusted solution. Then we're speaking about platform solutions. It's also very important to have separate design. Same for games, separate games. As you told in the beginning, you must have separate games, not just like the standard ones. The Asian's different. Every Asian country is different as well. So you need to focus on one, maybe two in the beginning maximum as well. And in terms of KYC, that's also important to understand where, what, and must you do. In terms of compliance, you also need to understand what you can do in this specific country, what you are not allowed. Marketing, I mean, everything is different. But again, everywhere is different. So we're in a gaming industry.
Makes sense.
Yes. What about you? Your kind of advisors tips, what do you see? Maybe something which I didn't mention?
Yeah. So, well, overall, I agree with what you say. It's absolute truth because I see same cases in my experience as well. What I see from and what I notice from communicating with Asian partners is that personal touch is really important to them to start the business. With some companies, the communication can be, months and months, half a year, and just nothing happens. But suddenly, unfortunately, after getting in touch personally, shaking hands, and doing agreements, it's all starting to roll, and the agreement happens. This is something different because in the digital world now, we sign agreements online, and a lot of communication is made online. In Asia, it's still very popular and still appreciated to be known in person. What is important. And the other thing is speaking in local language, possibly, is also very important because, culture differences. Let's take it like that. Fortunately, EvenBet speaks in a lot of local languages, including Chinese. So we have professionals in our team, and so it actually helps a lot because, once people can speak a native language, they just communicate and understand each other way easier, and partnership can happen sooner. So I think understanding the culture code and understanding the language and how the partnerships are taking usually in the country, in the market, is very important. Also, delivery of the content, like you say, the KYC systems, and finding the right solutions. It's for this to be successful in the market. Software partner should be, operator should be very selective with a software partner, because software partner needs to have all the aspects covered. For example, like at EvenBet, we have right CRM partners for different markets, including Asia, as well as the complete portfolio of games. So we directly partner with the local studios in Asia, for example, for aggregation of slot games, for aggregation of live games, as well as we provide our own development of games, card games. Now, all in the combination actually helps to the partner to make really easy choice towards us, because we just cover all the aspects of how to successfully enter the market.
Interesting points. Yeah, I completely forgot about language and culture barrier. Yeah, it's very important. There is book. It's called Culture Differences, I think. I don't remember the name of the book. Let me check. The Culture Map: Breaking Through the Invisible Boundaries of Global Business. Great book. It's not so popular, but it helps to understand how different people, different cultures think, and how to speak and negotiate with them, on which level, how they like overall thinking. It's also different. Okay,
Right.
good. All right. Asian market, the nice market, money there. I like it. Regarding payment solutions, that's I have super interesting question. Again, I believe I'm not sure if you can answer this, but
Okay.
did you happen that you have some clients who integrate payment solutions and they kind of payment providers disappear? If yes, can you tell such a story?
Did we have such cases?
Sorry?
Do you mean if we had such cases, right?
Yeah. If you such cases, yes, but maybe you heard about someone else situation, and you know it not from the first point of view, but from the second hand. But if I can say it like this.
Well, I'm glad I know that these cases can happen, but I really feel sorry for those who has experience with such payment partners. So, from what I know, from what I can guess, that this is all comes down. Well, it's high risk payments, and in Asia, yes, every market is a high risk. Most of the markets are high risk, to be correctly, and there is a lot of payments companies across any market. We see tons of new payment coming. every month, to cover some European banking needs. Same happens in Asia. So it's really difficult to deal with high risk payments because they need to comply with local payment licenses, and they need to get everything right with the local banks as well. So yes, in some markets, it really happens every day that some payments are not working, and they need another solution. So this is actually a major concern of the software providers of turnkey or white label solutions.
Okay, but did you have some specific example by any chance? I mean, yeah, like some, I don't know. Because I had, for example, a few experiences like this. I know how it's difficult when you just like had a lot of money with payment provider and this payment provider disappear. Just like overall thought of me. I was curious, maybe you had something similar, some same experience. I don't know.
Yeah, so we are trying to be very selective with our partners for the payments, and the most of the experience are great. I'm not sure if some of experience are not great, but I mean it happens. So I think specifically to EvenBet, the most important factor is to keep the client happy and to keep the operating of the, for example, online poker room or online casino, just to make it keep going without any difficulties. For that, basically, our solution is to have as many potentially collaborations with payments partners as possible. So we build some kind of cascading for the payments, and it's also so-called payment orchestration. So basically, that means that for any market where we work, we offer our software, and where our partners operate, we make sure that if some payment system no longer work, they just disappear. Well, for any reason, something is not working, and payments players cannot deposit their money to the wallet. We need plan B, right? So some kind of cascading system actually helps for that, because we can, some payment system turned off, but we have the second one or the third one that can do the same thing. How about you?
I 100% agree. I wish you say something, something, like maybe it's for people who from the industry, they understand how it works, but from newcomers, yes, maybe it's something new. So yeah, it's a very good point. It's very good point. Payment cascading and the aggregators, and cascading is super important thing. All right. Okay. I had asked a lot of questions. I had received a lot of answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think we can finish. If you have something specific you would like to ask, something which is interested for you specifically or overall, I would be happy to answer too. Up to you. Well, and for audience, if you guys has also questions, let us know. Let us know what you prefer in terms of when you launch a market. What's your top priority? Is it maybe regulations? Maybe it's some payment solutions? Maybe it's marketing? Maybe it's some technical integration? What is the top priority for you? So if you're there, let us know. And Ivan, any questions to me?
Yeah, maybe I would like to ask you, do you have any specific insights or maybe ideas or predictions for how our gaming market should change or possibly can change in the next year?
Next year, who knows? Maybe Anjuan become new license, like new Malta license. The biggest one start be super compliant and make everyone unhappy because like you need to spend a lot of documents, a lot of team members must be. But I don't believe in this. I believe that it's gonna be. I mean, 1 year, it's super small time. You never know what's going to happen. But I think long-term goal, long-term change, which is going to happen in like 5, 10 years, is that everyone is going to be more compliant. There will be more licenses appearing in different markets, local markets. Like we've taken an example, what happened this year, Uzbekistan, I think Peru in the beginning of this year, the new license. Alberta soon planning to get a new license. For Asia, I believe there will appear new licenses, like local licenses. It depends, because even for United Arab Emirates, there is new license, but they have Shariat, it's going to appear that more regulations, it's going to be more regulated markets. I think in maybe 20, 30 years, it's not going to be super popular to have offshore license. I think it's going to be more popular to have local license. And maybe it's going to be the only way. I don't know. That's my prediction, my thoughts. But again, local offshore licensing is still going to be popular. But if you're getting local license in somewhere like in some local markets, I think it's much better in terms of overall operations, in terms of you're compliant, in terms you're secured, you are not doing something wrong. So that's my prediction. And which lights is going to be popular for 2026? And John Nevis Tabik and maybe Liberia. I like Liberia license. Nobody knows about Liberia, but they're gonna soon enter the market.
Interesting.
Yes. That's the ideas. And I think more lights is gonna appear. Like this year appeared Western Sahara. I think Tuvalu this or last year. What was year ago? It was Timor-Leste plus Philippines this year. But Philippines not like Pagor, but like supporting license for supporting services. So yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be more regulated for sure. Same with crypto. Same with any other industry, not even high risk. It's become regulated. That's the situation. So yeah, I would say I hope I answered your question. Are you satisfied?
Yes. Yeah, good take actually. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
All right, thank you very much. And anyway, yeah, I didn't do advertisement of MGL at all. My team is gonna be angry with me. So guys, come to MGL. We do super good service for licensing. We our main idea behind the company that we must make client happy. Sometimes we are not in profit with some clients. That's true, because we spend more money, more time than the client paid us, but because we it's a little different approach. It happened once that we spent more time than client paid to us. Yeah, we're super flexible, super happy to get you the license from the first moment you contact us until like whenever you want to get another license. I don't know how about you, but I'm already tired. You spoke a lot today as well.
Yeah, I think great broadcast, and I think for whoever watched our stream, be sure to get in touch with me and with you, Ivan, over LinkedIn. I think this is one of the best communication channels. And for me, you can also visit our website, evenbetgaming.com. And we are also available on social media, Instagram, Facebook, X.
Mm-hmm. I have funny story because we are both Ivans, Ivans,
Yeah.
and we have sales manager also Ivan, and sometimes people making mistake, they thinking that it's me, and they're like, oh, like Ivan, nice to meet you, and they eventually they start some saying words like, hey, it's Ivan, like I will introduce Ivan as an owner, but it's not me, it's our sales manager, and he was like using it a little bit to do better sales. Anyway, Ivan's ruling, guys. All right, let's finish. Thank you, everyone. If you have some questions, let us know. And yeah, have a wonderful day, guys, everyone. Thank you, Ivan, for the time, for your inputs.
Thank you too.
Have a
wonderful
great
day.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye then. Thank you.